Tá com
Aí,
gordinho.
entrou já. Guys are
Marcelo,
live.
tá o quê? Já
Guys are
tá
live.
valendo?
Já tá valendo.
Tá valendo.
Okay, guys, we have a pleasure here to talk a little bit with a good friend, one of the toughest guys that I have a chance to compete, no, to train, to share the mats for many and many years. First in Carson Gracie, and then in Rio Jiu-Jitsu Club. Marcel Ferreira, a real casca grossa, huh?
Real casca grossa. We
Yeah.
are long-time friends.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, Marcel,
Fala.
I'm going to start to make some questions, and then we keep talking about our experience together. Ó, Zuza está ídolos.
Zuza, idols, Zuza.
So, Marcel, tell us. So, Marcel, you came from a city that in Rio it's on the mountains, right? So, Teresópolis, where a lot
actually, I'm originally from Rio de Janeiro, but I went to live there when I was 10 years old, 11. When my dad retired. So then I start training jiu-jitsu over there in Teresópolis with Jucão.
Oh, so your first instructor over there was Jucão, right?
Yeah, for 4 months. And then I finished the school and I came down to start college and stuff. So and then I went to Carson Gracie, and that's it. Then we started.
Yeah. So you do you remember which the year or which age that you started to train in Carson Gracie School?
Yeah, I started in 1992.
1992.
Yeah, 1992. I think March. Yeah, that was right in the beginning of the year. 1992. Yeah.
So, and you are for 1970, you are 74, from 74, 1974?
74.
Yeah, so we have the same age.
Yeah, I thought you were younger.
No. I'm 46, my friend. Yeah, getting old. Huh?
46. You look 50. That's good.
Yeah, no more hair, all broke, everything is broke, man. Even to
everything's broken.
I keep saying to my students that the challenge starts for me when I wake up. To get out of the bed is a process, man. You have to turn to the side, you have to step on the floor easily, slowly. So otherwise, if you go 100%, you hurt yourself.
Can I give you a tip?
Yeah.
So as soon as you wake up, run to the kitchen and drink a black coffee fast. So and then you warm your body fast, and then you can stretch. That's how I do, man. I wake up and I run to the kitchen.
Man, if I run, I think that I have an injury in my knees or something like that. It has to be slow.
So go like crawling.
Yeah, my wife keeps saying to me like, I don't understand. You yesterday night you went to bed. You are not feeling no pain, and now you wake up feeling something. How come? Man, sometimes it's crazy. You sleep good and you wake up feeling pain, feeling something is hurting.
It's about to warm up your body.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Once we warm up, so we can take the pain.
Oh, Márcio Pimentel is here, my friend.
Márcio Pimentel.
That's a casca grossa too, huh?
Casca grossa, tá? He's in Orlando now teaching.
Yeah. We keep talking with him all the time here. He's helping us with some conditional training and
he's a great conditional trainer. Yeah,
tough guy too. Top. So Marcel, you went to Carson, and then by the time you were still living in Teresópolis, or you were already living in Rio de Janeiro?
No, I was living in Rio.
Oh,
that was interesting story because Sonequinha from Barra Gracie.
Oh yeah, he was a good friend of you, eh?
Yeah, he was kind of my cousin, like we were like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like not a blood, but I considered him my cousin. So uh, so yeah, we were living together at that time, and then I went to Carson Gracie, and the first mistake I made was to tell everybody that I was living with Soneca.
Oh yeah. By the
And
time it was crazy,
then,
huh?
like 2 weeks after that, Valide grabbed my shirt and pulled me out of the mat to talk to me seriously. Hey, are you sure you're gonna stay here? Are you sure you don't want to go to Grace Baja? Say no, no, I want to stay here. I want to fight MMA. That's my goal. And then okay, man. So now, hey, stay together. Let's go train every day now. So I'm gonna help you.
Good,
So that
excellent.
was a big, yeah, that was a big stuff for me because Valide was kind of afraid that I was gonna be like a creonte. And then he brought me to his group. You know what I mean?
I know, I know. So so
So
when you start to train in Carson, you already had in your mind that you wanted to do Vale Tudo. By the time it was Vale Tudo, right? Not even MMA.
and I remember, yeah, that's why I start jiu-jitsu.
Uh,
Was totally to fight MMA. That was my goal. So, and then I knew Carson Grace was the best way to get there to perfect myself to be an MMA fighter, and that was my goal. So then I fell in love with jiu-jitsu. I should have not competing much in jiu-jitsu. I should have competed more in MMA, like Vitor Belfort did. You
mhm.
know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes.
So when he was 17, he quit jiu-jitsu for
Yeah,
MMA.
yeah, yeah. He did not even
You
get the
know,
purple belt with us. Remember, he was a blue belt, and
I
then right
remember.
away he started to compete.
Remember, he had his goal.
Yeah,
You know, like he
since the
wants to fight
beginning.
MMA.
Remember, since the
Yeah,
beginning, he was there. Man, that's what I want. Just practicing
that's what I want.
box and other
Yep.
styles. But Marcel, I think that probably with you, man, you started to do so good in jiu-jitsu that was hard for you to quit something that you really like it too, and you were doing so well, right? You're winning, and being the first team of Carson Gracie. Because by the time people don't understand, man, for us just to be the chance to compete the tournament was the first tournament. It was to be able to win the
The
as
qualifying.
eliminatório, the qualifying, right?
Yeah, the
Just to win
qualifying
the.
at the gym.
Yeah, I remember that for I'm not sure, but I think that the toughest one in your division that you were in a division under my one was Eduardo Lerner. Remember him?
Eduard. No, actually, I was lighter than you.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it was
was
one was
uh,
under than me, right?
uh, Rinaldo Santos was the guy
Oh
in my
yes, right.
division at that time.
But Rinaldo wasn't a belt in front of us, right?
No, no, he was
No,
blue belt.
he was blue
Yeah,
belt too. Yeah.
yeah. But when I get there, when I got there, he was a blue belt,
Uh huh.
and he was the top guy in our division there.
Yeah.
But there was many guys there
Yeah.
in my division that they were really tough. Like Kazé, I remember Kazé from
Oh yeah,
Leblon.
Kazé, short
He
guy.
was really good, short
Yeah.
guy, strong.
Strong.
He was
Yes.
really good. He used to kick my ass too. Uh, what
Suyan
else?
was lighter than you, right? Suyan was lighter.
Suya was featherweight,
Yeah.
featherweight. Because of Pena. Yeah, I brought Suyan to the gym
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
from
Suyan was
Teresópolis too, right?
yeah, yeah. I brought him. Uh, yeah, so that's what he said is true. Uh, was not even easy to get a spot to compete.
Yes.
So sometimes you had to wait for another competition
Yeah.
because we couldn't
You
make
couldn't
the
reach, yeah.
qualifying, and that was hard.
And
And then
Carson was crazy. Sometimes when he used to like someone, he okay, no, instead of two, you guys already in. he's not gonna he's not gonna do the qualifying. I remember one time he did this to me, and not with me actually. He said that he took Sergio, remember? No, no, no.
There you go.
Sergio is very good. No, he's already in. Now you guys are gonna fight only for one spot. I say, hey, what is this? Cássio was crazy, man.
Yeah, and then, like you were talking before, actually in the blue belt, I didn't do really well in the blue belt. I lost a lot. So I took about almost 5 years to get my purple belt.
Yeah, the same with me.
Yeah, Carson Grace was that way.
Was crazy, man.
Carson said, you only going to get your purple belt if you win a big competition, big tournament.
Yeah.
And then I won the Pan American Championship, and the first Pan American Championship ever, 1995.
1995,
Then,
yeah.
yeah, and as soon as I stepped back in the gym, he gave my purple belt.
Yeah.
So from that competition, I started to do really well in Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
So your the belt that you really start to make your name in the in Jiu-Jitsu world was oh, Bolão is here. Tô na área.
Bolão.
I gave both guys a lot of champion. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, for sure, man. Yes, you gave for us a lot of skills to win a lot of tournaments for sure.
For sure, Bolão was the best, man. He was a
Yeah.
great teacher.
Yeah, Bolão. I keep saying to my students that for Bolão, for sure, that the way that he does the class, the warm-up styles, you know,
Dynamic,
yeah.
teacher. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like his way to teach. I try to emulate him a little bit. And my classes are like his, so I try to make it dynamic.
Yeah.
Never stop.
I do the same here with my students.
That's the way I like to do. Sometimes I think I'm too much because people cannot take that craziness. But that was the way we learned it.
Yeah. Here we have to be a little bit more, you know, not so fast because, you know, it's for everyone. Huh?
I like to do that. Let's go take down, pa. And then let's go pull guard. Let's go Kimura. Warm up, pa. Stretch. Push ups. Take it down. I like that. That was his way to teach. Yeah. I have many great teachers, man. Carson Gracie, Marcel Alonso, Jucão, Murillo.
Yeah, so
I'm
gonna make a question for you. When you start in Carson, you were on the Marcelo Alonso team, because remember we used to have pretty much two teams inside the same school. The guys that used to train in the middle of the day with Marcelo Alonso, and the guys that used to train at night. So I was at night. I think you were at
3
night.
3 p.m. and 7 p.m.
3 p.m. I was in the 7 p.m. team, and I remember when Marcelo Alonso invited me to go to a 3 p.m. class, and man, he prepared something just to get me. Because when I step inside the mat, he said, today is going to be stand-up game. Just stand up.
He made a trap.
He
set up a trap for you.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
But you used to train more with Alonso, or you used to train more at night?
No, actually, it wasn't just Alonso. It was Carson Gracie Jr. too.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah, it was both together every day. Both together.
Yeah, and Alonso used to have a very good team, man. Those guys, Victor Doria, now I forget the names, but man, Suyan used to train in the afternoon too.
Pimentel, who was, I don't know if he's still here, but he used to train with us. Pimentel,
Marcelinho.
A lot of people.
Carlinhos, Passafone.
But I used to go. I used to go at night too. I used to go both times.
I don't know if you remember. With me was funny. I was training. First of all, I was training with Albertinho at night. That he was the instructor at night, and I was training there like for maybe a couple months, maybe 2 or 3, 4 months. And then one day I was training. After the training, the body came to me and said, "Hey, you have a good guard, my friend. Or now I allowed you to go to the mat on the right side."
On the right side. Yeah.
Now you can go train with her. I said, "Hey, but what? I didn't understand. I thought that over there you used to have a class too." And he said, "No. Over there, just for higher belts or the lower belts, like blue belts. If we invite, you are allowed to train there.
Yeah.
Man, who these guys invited me, and then I started to train with Valide, all those crazy guys, you know.
That what happened to Valide. It's like I skip one step because Valide came to me and asked me about the Barra Grace and Soneca stuff. And then I told him, now I want to fight MMA, I want to stay here, blah, blah, blah. And then he invited me to go to that match.
Yeah.
So you can come at night and train for black belts, no problem.
Yeah.
You're allowed.
It,
that was good for me.
and remember the passwords that we used to say?
Passarinho não.
Passarinho que não come alpicha, amanhece. Was great. Yeah. We used to Pimentel said Marcel Alonso.
Code.
Yeah, we used to have a password, right? Marcel Alonso and Castle Grace Jr. Used to have a blue belt training, and it was very strong. It started at 3 p.m. Yeah, sem moleza. No easy time.
Pimentel was a great teammate at the time. I remember he was a small guy, but he was black belt in judo.
Oh yeah.
So he was a tough guy.
Yeah.
Because when you're black belt in judo, you have a lot of different skills that we didn't have at that time.
Yeah. I remember
good base, good grip, all those stuff. I remember that.
And the cardio too, man. Those guys have a cardio that never ends, man. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I was doing a Saporito class that used to be more for the kids. And I was doing a class because I was just warming up, waiting for the 7 p.m. class. And then came a guy with a yellow belt, a kid with a yellow belt. Putz. with the yellow belt. And then Saporito said, Hat, come here. Look, this kid here is very good, man. But look, he's not a black belt, but he's very tough in judo. And I said, come on, he's a kid, man. And he said, okay, so go give a train with him, roll with him a little bit, man. He almost broke me in two pieces in standing up, you know. And then became Paulon. Then he became Paulon, and then he was with his father, you know. His father was a super nice guy too. He used to go all the time, yeah. And then Paulon became the monster that we know.
Yeah, Paulon was my real partner for many years. We fought for like about 3 years together, always close in divisions.
Yeah.
He was a great teammate because I never had to make the final.
I saw a picture. I saw a picture that you posted this week with him in the roads, right? First and second place. We went to the final together. We went to Brazilian final together, States final together. Yeah.
Some other small competition, Teresópolis or somewhere else, together. We always used to make the finals and close the brackets. That's it.
Yeah, that was good, man. That was a good time.
No, go ahead. You can go ahead.
Yeah, and Marcel, so then happened to you the same thing that happened with me. Carson Gracie decided to move to United States to open his school. I was there. I don't know if you know this story. I was there living in 1995 when Carson Gracie decided to move to LA. Not to move, but he decided to go there to see if he was going to be able to open a school. And he went with Vitor Belfort and Marcelo Melo. Remember Marcelo Melo was a tough guy too, right?
Yeah, Marcelo Melo was a great guy too, man.
Yeah,
he was the toughest blue belt at that time.
Yeah, and then they gave me a call. Hats, where are you? I said, man, I'm here in Los Angeles. Oh, we don't have a place to stay. I said, okay, come to my house and stay with me. And I used to live with two guys, you know. And I said to guys, look, my master is coming, but I didn't know that Carson was with two. I thought that it was only Carson and Vitor. And then when they show up, it was three of them. And I said, man, we have... And
you were living there in Los Angeles?
I was living there. I went there to learn English, and I was a purple belt already. And by that time, Marcelo Melo, I think that was he didn't get his purple belt yet, and Vito was no belt. Vito was there just to fight. I think that he was still a blue belt. And then Carson stayed like a week with me, and then I think that Federico Pena, remember the guy that
I remember.
yeah. So
I,
then
I never knew. I never knew that story.
yeah. So and then he rent a apartment, and then they moved to this apartment. Carson, Vito, and Marcelo Melo, and
Marcelo Mello. I
yeah,
Yeah, and then a lot of people came. I came like year later to visit them because the Pan American.
1996 we
Remember?
went. Yeah,
Yeah, I went. No, actually no. 1996. You're right.
1996. Yeah,
1996. Went there. So I remember I stayed there for like 3 months at his
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
2 3 months.
By that time he already have his first gym on the second floor. Remember that we used to train
Yep, I remember.
the
Yeah,
gym that Validi was crazy because someone submit him, or then he was so crazy, so mad that he had a he gave a headbutt
was like in the second floor, right?
on the second floor. There
Have
was a
to,
stair,
yeah,
to go
stair.
upstairs.
Yeah, I remember. I have a
Yeah.
picture. I have a lot of pictures
Yeah,
that
we
gym.
have a good picture. We were everyone there. After the
I
training.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
was nice.
but 1 year before, when Carson arrived, it was funny because I was living there for almost 1 year, and then in the end, I was kind of, man, it's enough for me. I'm gonna go home and see my family. And then I was with 25 or 30 students, and one of my best students and big friend of mine was John Owano. Remember John Owano? The guy that
Doing a one.
created the gloves for the UFC, the gigs, a guy with like from Philippines.
Okay, Asian eyes.
Yeah,
Uh,
yes,
no, never. I don't remember actually.
yeah,
I don't
yeah. So
remember that
I
one.
was with those guys. They were. I was teaching inside my apartment in the carpet for them. They used to train with the Machados and with Hickson, and I started to give private class for them, charging only 50 or 60 baht. Man, when, and Limão, remember Limão, the guy that used to,
Ramon.
yeah, he gave me a call and said, "Hey, Hats, you better stop with this, man. You are getting the student, and Hickson Grace already know, and you're gonna have a problem with him, my friend." And I said, "Okay,
He's
time to
gonna make
stop."
you visit. He's gonna make. He's gonna visit you soon.
And there is a story, man, very funny. I have the video when remember that when Hickson arriving inside the gym to do some crazy motion that he used to do for his last training before the Pride one. Remember that
Mm,
video that you saw this video? That shows
never.
shows Hickson like bicycling and working out, doing those yoga motions on the
Ah,
beach, and then in the end shows him arriving in the gym to practice jiu-jitsu, to drill. And but in this day I was there training because I was so idiot that I was
mm,
getting the student, but I was keep going there to train, man. I was crazy at the time. And then
yeah.
and then and then he arrived, man. It was that time I realized who was Rickson Marcel because I was there training, and then everyone stopped, and then he picked like 15 guys. Unfortunately, I was not one of that he picked because he didn't know me. And then he trained with everyone. He kicked everyone ass. And in the last train, he trained with Fábio Gurgel, he trained with Traven, and he trained with Heuler. Man, and he submit those guys that we know that they are very tough, like maybe like 5 6 times each one, so easy that then when I went home I said, yeah, man, this guy is awesome. This guy is
This
it's
guy
in
is
another
different,
level.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know you were there. Never
yeah,
told me that.
yeah. Yeah, man,
Yeah, that's good.
those lives are good because we find out history that we never know, or sometimes that you even forgot, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
So
good, man. That's a
so let's
good
keep the
experience.
yeah, let's keep the history. So you decide to move to Rio Jiu-Jitsu Club with Murilo and Bolão, in this time that Carson moved to LA, that it was 1996, right?
Yeah, what happened was I was going to, and when Carson left, uh, I was splitting my time going to Carson Gracie and Rio Jiu-Jitsu Club. I used to go there to train with Pedro Duarte, Chuchu, Bruno Hazo,
Guerrinha.
Guerrinha, all those guys, and the guys from Bolão, because I didn't know people from Bolão at that time.
Yeah.
I knew more people from Murillo. Uh, and then I remember that that was crazy because uh, I remember they set up the first World Championship in January 28th. That was the first
1997, right? Or 1998?
1996.
96, yes, for
First,
sure. Yeah.
very first one.
Yeah. We were purple belt by that time.
Purple belt.
Yeah.
And I was training at both gyms. But and then I spoke to Marcel. I remember that I spoke to Marcel Alonso. And then I told him, hey, listen, I'm getting ready to compete. I want to win this competition. I want to be a world champion, blah, blah, blah. That was good. And then he told us that he would close the gym for 2 weeks in the end of the year for Christmas, all this stuff. I said, Marcelo, you cannot do that. We have a competition 28th. So how are you going to close the gym now? So now I'm going to close the gym. We need a vacation here, blah, blah, blah. I said, Marcel, I want to be a world champion. I want to train. So, and then I asked him for the key. He said, no, I cannot give you the key, blah, 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 because there was the building key, two different keys. And then I started to go to Murillo every day and train with the guys there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I took a decision to stay there because that wouldn't be fair to be there training every day.
Of course.
And then go and compete against the guys there because I fought Pedro, I fought Guerrinha. I was going to fight Chuchu, I was going to fight a lot of guys there, Bruno Hazo, all those guys. And then that's how I decided to stay there because I couldn't be in both schools at the same time going. There was no problem to go some days, eventually, but every day I had to take my decision. But Murillo and Bolon never put me any pressure. I took the decision because I know it's hard, man. You train at your gym and then somebody comes to your gym every day and then they go and fight you. That's not good.
No, that's not good, man. I really don't like this, man. For example, if someone asks me, are you able to fight against Marcel in a tournament? No, man. Even without training with him for many years, I would never step inside a mat. That does not make sense for me, man. It's crazy.
Not you, not even anybody from Carson Gracie, from Rio Jiu-Jitsu Club. Makes no sense because we train a lot together.
Yeah.
We help each other a lot. So there's many people that we can fight. So why are we going to fight each other?
A good question here from Pimentel, Marcel. He's asking me for me and for you, who was the toughest training partner or the training that we had on Carson Gracie? And who is the guy from Carson Gracie, the best one that you saw in your life in BJJ and MMA? I'm gonna answer first because I want you to go a little bit more. For me, the toughest one, I put you in my top 10. Remember, I told you one day, I made a list. There was something on the groups, and they asked me the top 10, and I put you on the top 10.
I appreciate.
But for me, the toughest one that I have ever chance to train was Liborio, man. Training Liborio for me was, man, he made me cry many times, and he made myself to feel nothing many times. in tournaments, maybe the guy that really pushed me hard during my career, but during I was competing, it was Leo Leite for sure. That was the guy that really pushed me hard because we used to compete a lot and all the tournaments. I think that we fought maybe 4 or 5 times, but we were almost there. And MMA, I'm not very expert on this, but if I have to choose someone, I really love to see Murilo, the way that Murilo fights in MMA, calm, very, very strategic guy, strategist. And I think that inside the gym, Liborio for me it's someone that, man, I never had someone like him. And for you, Marcel?
Yeah, for Jiu-Jitsu, Libor for sure. Uh, he used to make us step like little babies.
Little base.
Yeah, I remember someday he told, "Hey Marcel, I need to work to do armbar in the left side, so I'm gonna try to catch you on the left armbar." He only tried to defend it, and he made me tap 5 times on that arm.
People
That
don't
was the
understand
way.
what it is. People, they don't
Yeah, he
understand.
was so strong and so like.
And his scissor
Uh,
sweep that he almost break your knee.
yeah, that's how it used to get armbars.
Yeah.
Caesar let people come back on top and armbar.
Boof.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, at the gym, Liborda for sure. Uh, MMA, I have the same opinion of you. MMA Murillo, uh, Murillo, because I followed Murillo very close.
Yeah.
'Cause I was his student for many years, so and I liked the way he was really good in boxing. He was the first jiu-jitsu guy who could exchange punches really well in the fight. He got some knockouts in his career. He was good in boxing. He was the first one. He was good in wrestling. He took then Henderson down. The other guy, I forgot the name. He took some wrestlers down.
Yeah.
That was crazy too.
Yeah.
And he submitted some guys. Yeah, and I felt I was really close at the time when he won, and he won the UFC belt, I think.
Yeah, we were training in Rio Jiu-Jitsu Club together. It was there, I
Yeah,
remember.
together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that time? Everybody was there at that time.
Ó, Liminha,
All the
Liminha tá na
controversial
área, hein?
team.
Liminha tá na área,
Who?
vai cair a ligação, hein?
Liminha.
Liminha tá na área, hein?
Liminha. Yeah. Faz a pergunta aí, Liminha. Quero mais pegador. É.
Sonequinha.
Yeah, so and then I saw something really impressive from Murillo because he was fighting MMA, but something happened to his career, and he decided to fight in the jiu-jitsu competition. He was training only no gi for many years, and then he said, "I'm gonna fight in the
The
Brazilian
road.
Championship."
The road, remember? The first
Uh,
or the second road?
no, I think that was Brazil. No, that was Brazilian
Oh,
Championship.
Brazilian
That's what.
Championship?
Yeah, and he fought the absolute division. He fought Tata. He fought Comprido. He fought Daniel Gracie,
Wow.
and he fought Claudio Moreno.
Oof.
He beat
Strong
everybody,
motherfucker.
and he won the
Yeah.
absolute division, the open division.
Yeah.
And then after that, he went to Pride and started to kick some asses in Pride.
Yeah.
That
Man.
was impressive, man. That was good.
Yeah. Murilo was very, very intelligent, and he knows exactly the point. He trains with you, Marcel, and he knows exactly what he has to do to block everything that you like to do, right?
Yeah, I wish he was a little stronger. I think if he was stronger, a little stronger, he would be the best ever.
Yes, for sure. That fight against Don
Yeah, he
Erickson
was.
was amazing, man.
His mind was made for fight.
Strong.
He had a really strong mind. he was very calm, you know. He had everything that the person needs to be a fighter, but he wasn't that strong, you know. That was
Yeah.
if he was as strong as a Rona, that would be a perfect combination.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, imagine with Warona's body with his mind, man, was gonna be
Arana
crazy.
was good too, was smart.
Yes,
I'm
of
not saying
course.
he wasn't smart, but if you can put Arana and Murillo together, that
Oh
would
yeah,
be the
the
best fighter.
the best fighter ever, right? And
Yeah,
Marcel,
Arana was
how was
aggressive.
the transition between the jiu-jitsu gi and the MMA for you? So when was your first fight, MMA fight? You were, as you told before here, you started jiu-jitsu because you knew already that you were going to be a MMA fighter. But when that you make this decision, when it shows for you that the MMA road, like, oh, now is my time, I'm gonna go forget about the gi, I'm gonna just practice this.
Uh, I'm gonna tell you something interesting. We forgot to mention Alan Goyce. Man,
Ooh.
he
Oh yeah.
was so good. Maybe
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe him and Libor was for me was one of the toughest people to roll. I remember I kind of quit jiu-jitsu for a while. I started to work with Marcelo Ra. Remember Marcelo Ra?
Of course, bro. Of course.
He's kind of my brother. So he was doing really well, and he asked me to work with him. And then we started to work with some promotions, parties, and stuff. And then uh, Alan Góes, he was living in the U.S. and he came for vacation to Brazil, and that was at Rio Jiu-Jitsu Club. And then that was only me on the mats there at that day,
Mm-hmm.
and he just arrived from the airport. Hey, let's roll, no gi. So yeah, let's go roll. Wow, I liked him a lot. Man, he submitted like 6, 7 times, 5 minutes, and that was the only time and first time that I cried. And he told me, Marcel, and I told him I was working, blah blah blah. He said, Marcel, stop that shit, man, and come back to train hard and let's fight MMA. Because I was gonna explain to you before because that was hard because I wanted to fight MMA, but as jiu-jitsu was making me make some money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I had sponsors, I had a lot of sponsors. I could sell my stuff.
I
I have
remember, yeah.
food. I have some private lessons. I was teaching some schools, some gyms. I had my gym in Friburgo too. So that
Oh
was hard
yeah, I
for me to
remember. I remember that
with
you went to Friburgo to have a gym over there, right?
with
Right.
Sunya.
With Suyan, yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and then it was hard for me to quit jiu-jitsu because I was making that was my way to live. That was working for. And the economic situation was getting hard. That's why I started to work with Ferreira. And then a language told me that I never forgot that. Yeah, man, stop doing that shit and go back training because you're gonna make
stop,
money.
stop doing that
Yeah,
shit.
you're gonna make money fighting, man. You're a skilled guy. And then after that, we started BTT at the Lagoa Club,
Hmm.
AAB, AABB, ABB,
Yeah,
and there in was only MMA.
on MMA, yeah.
Uh, at that time, BTT. That was when we started BTT, right after
Yeah.
Rio Jiu Jitsu Club,
Hmm.
and then we started to do MMA. No more gi, only boxing, Muay Thai, no gi, Jiu Jitsu. That's how I decided to go. I My goal was, my dream was to fight in Pride like everybody was doing at that time.
Yeah, and for me, Marcel, I remember that was exactly the time that I quit that I
Jiu-Jitsu.
decided to go to, because I was working in a bank, and I was,
Hmm.
man, you have to decide. Now it's time to decide. Or you're gonna believe that you're gonna be able to survive fighting, or you're gonna have your career working as a normal person. Normal. By the time we used to say that people that know the ones that go for the fighting side of the party was crazy, because by the time no one was making huge money with that. We kind of
Oh yeah.
waiting. Yeah, it was not so easy. I remember that not even Murilo was making a huge money. They were
Nobody
surviving.
was. No, yeah, they start to make it. I remember people start to make like $100,000. Minotauro,
Yes,
uh, the toppest guys
the
were like,
the toughest one. Yeah.
yeah. And people were making some money, 40,000, 50,000. Said, I'm gonna focus on that. I used to go to Venezuela a lot,
Oh yeah.
every like every year, twice a year. And then I met a guy there. He came to BTT to train,
Hmm.
and he knew Libor. And Libor told him, "Hey, Marcel, you want to go to Venezuela? Stay there for 2 months teaching." And then I said yes. I went. I stayed there for 2 months teaching Venezuela.
Oh yeah, nice man.
Uh, and then I met a guy there. Like a year later, this guy, he invited me to open a gym in Florida.
Mm.
So, and that was a coincidence, but it was at the same time that Libora started ATT, American
Ah.
Top Team. So, uh, and then I spoke to the guy, and then we first moved. I moved first just to see the place, to see the areas first, see where would be the best place to open the gym. But I started to train with the ATT guys, and in the middle of that time, this guy, he stepped back. He backed up for our project.
The guy from
Then
Venezuela, right? That you are saying.
Venezuela, yeah.
So
And
how
then
how how was your experience in Venezuela? By the time
I was
Venezuela
good.
was good, right? Was in a
Was
good
good.
situation.
Was right at that time when Chavez became a president there.
Ah, I see.
But Venezuela was really good. It was a rich country at that time. I think probably the richest country in South America at that time.
Uh huh.
Because they have a lot of oil, right?
Yes,
Small
yes.
country. So, but now
Now it's there. Yeah,
they
most
now
of I
they
have a
kill the people.
we have a lot of students from Venezuela here in Doral,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, and it's really bad the situation up there. So and then became the American top team that you open a school American top team, or you started to train with Murilo here in American top team, or Murilo, no, sorry, Liborio.
No, I was there training. I was still BTT, but I had to talk to Murillo. I remember the day that I had to talk to him. Everything moved. That was a hard. That was a
Yeah,
tough day.
I
But I
imagine, man.
explained to him. Yeah, he was kind of mad, but he understood.
Yeah.
And
Murilo is a jealous guy, man. He's a jealous guy.
yeah, but it's understandable. Now we have a
Of
student to
course.
understand that situation because
Of course. Of course.
he helped me a lot. Uh, but yeah, I represented his name a lot too. So
Yes. Well,
yeah, but yeah, but that was the way. So so we started. I started MMA at American Top Team. So there was a time that that I decided to be a professional fighter.
And this was 2000?
2002.
2002. Okay.
Yeah, I had my first fight in the end of 2002. Yeah, because I tried a lot in Brazil, but I never had a chance. I remember I went to Pride. I got invited, but for some politics, people didn't let me fight. I got kind of, I'm gonna move to U.S. I'm gonna start to fight in the U.S. That's it.
Yeah. That here is where
And
the
I was
money is.
lucky because, yeah, I was lucky because uh,
You got your
Dan
citizenship,
Lambert.
and right? You got your citizenship, and you got that. That
Oh
that
yeah,
was the
it
yeah. So it was great for you, right?
was great because Dan Lambert, he loved the owner of ATT. He loves MMA. He supports everybody. He gave all we need to be a professional fighter.
Hmm.
I was doing really well. Actually, I had like a pre-contract with UFC,
Oh, you don't know that.
like word contract. But then Dan Lambert told Marcel, "You're gonna fight in the UFC. Don't worry." I was like, I had 7 fights and I won 6, and I lost 2. And then he said, Marcel, so you want to fight? He was trying to put him in the house, the tough,
Hmm.
the reality show, the first one.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. He said, bro, Marcel, I'm trying to put you there. Let me see if I can get it. But do you want to keep yourself busy and have another fight before that? I said, yeah, for sure, man. Uh, and then I fought, and then I got hurt,
Yeah.
and then I ended my career.
Fuck, man.
Yeah,
So what
it is.
was your injury, Marcel? Your injury was on the neck, right?
Yeah, I was a neck. I had 2 surgeries on my cervical, and it took about almost 10 years to recover. Not recover 100%, but I could recover. And I had a great experience before that because I used to train a lot of Jeff Monson,
Hmm.
all the guys from American Top Team. And my life was fighting like grappling and MMA, grappling, MMA, grappling, MMA, until I got hurt.
Yeah. So your injury was right away, or for example, you had the injury on the fight, and right away
On the
you
fight.
did the surgery, or you tried for a couple months to do like physical therapy, those stuff that we chiropractor, or
Many years.
many years, right?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I got hurt in 2006, uh, and then man, that was really bad, really really bad. Uh, I did all kinds of physical therapy, uh, acupuncture, all those stuff to get better. So I started to get a little better, and then I came back to train hard, and then I got kicked in the face, and then same shit.
Same
I
shit.
dislocated 2 discs. I was a lot of pain, but I had to wait because I went to do my surgery in Brazil. Because in Brazil, I think the doctors are better than here.
Hmm.
They give you more
More
support
attention, right?
and more
Yeah.
attention. Yeah. So and then yeah, I had to wait until my citizenship come, and then I came back to Brazil. I had my surgery, didn't work, and then my second surgery, and then it worked a little bit better, and I was recovering little by little. And then I could come back to fight in Jiu-Jitsu in 2018. Now 2017 actually.
Oh, fuck. So it was pretty much 11 years since you got hurt, right? To almost more than 10 years to start to fight, to compete again, right?
To compete again was, yeah, I came back to training. I came back training 2013, but man, I had promised myself that I would never compete again. because I didn't want to get hurt. And I have plates and screws here on my neck.
You still have it?
Yeah, plates and screws, 6,
Fuck.
and titanium discs.
Oh.
So yeah, but
Do
I,
Marcel, I for 2 times I did everything, all the procedures to do this, the same one that you, of course, that maybe not so bad, but to do this surgery because I have 2 big hernias in my neck, and for 2 times I did everything, everything that you have to do before, all the tests that you have to do, and for 2 times, I like 2 or 3 days before the surgery, I called to the doctor and said, "My friend, sorry, I'm not gonna do this. I'm afraid." I started to search some videos that the guy take this, and kind of said, "No, I'm not gonna do this."
man, you have no idea what happened, man. So I remember I was here in the U.S. And I set up my surgery. Let's say for 10 days. All right. So I was in the U.S. and I was watching soap opera. At that time, people used to put some like a real thing right after the soap opera. People injured and stuff. And 10 days before my surgery, I saw a person totally paralyzed because they had a neck surgery.
Yes.
They couldn't move her arm and legs anymore. 10 days before my
Yeah.
surgery,
Yeah. It
I
happens
saw
to me.
that.
That's why I didn't do it, man.
I said, "Man, I can't believe it." And the girl was saying, I don't know what happened. I had a neck pain. I went to the surgery, and then when I woke up, I couldn't move anymore."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but she
I'm
was
knocking
having
here.
those stuff. Yeah,
I'm knocking here on the wood because, man, this is something that this is one of the things that make me give a step back and don't do the surgery. And then I
yeah.
started. Then I found someone in Brazil, Marcel, that is Fábio Perricet.
Oh,
And
yeah,
if
I remember.
man, this guy is awesome. He fixed my
Physical
back.
therapist, right?
He's osteopatha.
Osteopath. I think I
Yeah,
went to his office.
yeah, man.
Yeah, it
This
was in
guy,
Botafogo, right?
he was in Botafogo, but now he's in Leblon.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Of André Pederneiras, all those guys, they make rehabilitation, rehab with him. Mark Cazuza is saying here that he remembers when you came back to start to train, and you guys trained it very low, very slow, very soft training, so
Yeah.
you could start to do all over again. So thanks God that now you're gonna come back. You're gonna compete as I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, sure,
compete in
man.
company, right?
I'm kind of crazy, you know. So once I was start to rolling hard again, saindo na porrada. I could take some guys, and then I decided to fight on this state, Rio de Janeiro states after 10 years, and then I won. And I got
2017,
excited.
right?
2017, I remember.
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro states, my master division. I won 2 fights in my division. I was very happy, and then I fought again. I won again, and I made my dream come true. I fought in Naga, Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
Guia no Guia, and I have my son with me in the podium because
Nice, man. That's amazing.
the first time he saw me fighting,
Yeah.
and I fought about 12 competitions there. I did really good. Yeah, I want to compete again. I need another surgery. My
You
hips
did?
now. Yeah, you know
Holy
that.
fuck.
You don't remember?
Oh, your hips, right?
Last time we met, we rode
Yeah, for
at
sure. Yeah.
VTT
Yes, yes,
about
yes.
2 or 3 years
2 years
ago.
ago, 2.5. Yes.
Yeah.
And you
So
swept me in the same good old one. Huh?
old one, right? That was the same, man. Our role was always the same.
The
Pa
deep
pa
half
pa
guard,
pa.
deep half guard.
And our role, as I remember, was always the same. Like 2 sweeps each side.
Yeah, man. It's so, man.
Yeah.
I keep saying to my students, I always say to everyone, man, that for me, for sure, I consider you as one of my best training partner because we knew each other a lot. We knew the game, but was always good to train. Always tough, always hard, respectful for sure, but with always a lot of intense and with
Oh
passion
yeah,
too.
it was always good because not many people have a good guard, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So it was a special role for you because that's the way to improve our game on top. Because we used to
yeah.
play
The
bottle
same
game,
game. Yeah,
same game, but we had to get better on top.
yeah,
But
and always.
you were one of the guy who helped me to improve my top game. I remember that.
Yeah, and when I show here, when I show the reverse butterfly sweep, I always like to say the name in Portuguese. Joga fora no lixo. That was
Joga fora
famous,
no
man.
lixo.
That
Joga fora
saved
no
your
lixo was my signature.
yeah, man. And
Was
and
my
the and
signature sweep.
and the helicopter that became the berimbolo, right? People
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
they don't understand. Oh, berimbolo, man. I saw it. Man, I have a friend of mine that has been doing this for years and years, and people they don't understand. This
Yeah,
new
no, yeah.
generation.
Some people they critic criticize me a little bit because I tell I'm the father of berimbolo. That's just a joke.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but I remember I was doing that movement without anybody teaching me.
Yeah.
That was helicopter. We used to call it that. And there was another famous helicopter from Roleta.
Mm-hmm.
Was a different one,
Yeah, different one. Yeah.
but I called the helicopter because I had
To
to spin
spin.
a lot to go to the back or get on top. But yeah, so I didn't invent any position. I just made up that for that situation.
Yeah.
That was helicopter and Comprido. Once said Comprido is he has a big name, so everybody hears what he says.
Yeah.
Uh, People say they invented berimbolo, but I used to see Marcel doing that in 1993, 1994.
Yeah.
And that's it. Then Tatami came to interview me, and I explained how that happened.
Yes, I remember. It was a couple years ago,
Uh,
maybe 4 or 5 years ago, right? That you did this.
4 or 5 years
Yeah,
ago.
I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah. And man, I'm doing some solo drills now because that's the way that we have to teach now. And one of the
Hmm.
best one that I show is the joga fora. Man, I love to show this to the students. Solo drills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like go for the
Hmm.
butterfly, the guy step here, I grab the leg, and then I switch my hips to the opposite side and go for the joga fora. So Marcel, if you have to choose gi or no gi, what do you like more?
Hmm. That's interesting question because that's the season, man. Sometimes I like gi, sometimes I like no
Yeah,
gi.
50
Uh,
50.
hmm, uh, now it's all depends, man. I like both actually because I like wrestling a lot. I used to train wrestling a lot with Jeff Monson. I went to some high schools to train. So that's how I started to like no gi more.
But
But
nowadays, with all the injuries that you have, probably gi is much better for you, right? Or you feel the same? Because I always get injured when I start to train a little bit more no gi, man. It's incredible. My neck always get cranked when I'm training no gi because of the this goddamn guillotine, man. I hate this.
yeah, yeah, I learned how to avoid it. Like, or I tap fast, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
the best way to
yeah, but
avoid.
now
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
that's what I have to do.
Yeah,
Either one. I always think about my neck, and if somebody gets it,
yeah,
I
that's it.
tap it, no problem. So yeah, I like to gi better, and then I start to train no gi, and then I start to like no gi better. After I came back from my surgery, I was rolling only with gi and I competing only with gi, and I like gi better again. But there was one thing: the competition now is only 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and people hold your gi. That's really
Oh
hard.
yeah, man. Yeah.
So now to compete in the master, I feel much better without gi because people cannot hold you. So they cannot amarrar you.
Yeah.
Amarrar. It's
Amarrão.
hard. Amarrar.
Yeah.
But I think I like gi better, but I'm better in no gi.
Do you think you're better in no gi than gi?
For
Yes.
sure.
Oh
For
yeah.
sure.
Wow.
Much better.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That surprised me.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
because
think with gi,
I didn't have a chance to roll with you too much with gi because as
no
you
gi.
said, no gi because when I kind of stopped training too much with you
Mhm.
guys and was just doing to keep contact with jiu-jitsu, that was the time that you really was like focused on the no gi, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then I added wrestling in my game, so I still have good wrestling movements that helps a lot. No gi.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I could combine wrestling and jiu-jitsu together. That was really good.
And wrestling stuff,
Uh,
Marcel, wrestling stuff, man.
it is, it is. Yeah, you got to train a lot. There's a
Yeah,
lot of some
details, right?
details that helps a lot. Because in my opinion, gi, you need to be more like strong, have a good grip,
Hmm.
and no gi, you got to be like faster than stronger.
Yes.
You got to
And
move
now
fast.
the last question here. You see, 1 hour. Marcel was afraid to be. Man, what? I have nothing to say for 1 hour. I said, look, we have already 1 hour and 5 minutes, man, and we keep here be talking a lot. Porra, just a question
Porra,
from Zuza. Pô, se ele é melhor sem kimono, eu não quero nem treinar. Se ele é melhor de sem kimono, eu não quero nem treinar sem kimono com ele. Mas o Zuza falou aqui.
Zura, Zura, tua guarda não adianta. Kimono sem kimono é a mesma coisa, não dá para passar, é difícil.
eu falo aqui pro pessoal, Marcel, como o Cazuza é criativo como professor, rapaz, é impressionante a capacidade técnica que ele tem para fazer as posições e para saídas, para criar coisas, né, cara? É incrível, bicho, é impressionante, cara. Cada
Ele era
vez que eu,
complicado mesmo, era complicado.
cada vez que eu
Ele,
fazia a aula dele, que ele me mostra uma posição, me manda um vídeo, porra, eu falo, caraca, meu irmão, puta merda. É foda.
muito técnico, muito. É o
Muito.
que faz a falta de força, né, Cazu?
É isso
Mas
aí.
é verdade, porque
É
eu
verdade,
nunca
é
fui
isso aí.
forte também, entendeu? Então, quem não
Filho,
é forte tem
cara,
que ser técnico.
o Hillian é um negócio impressionante, Marcel. Você treina com ele, cara, você fala assim, caralho, meu irmão, não é possível. Aquela amassadinha que você tá acostumado a dar, aquele ombrinho na cara, não te deixa nem chegar, cara, porque tá sempre se antecipando e você não consegue ganhar uma posição justa, cara. É incrível, cara, é impressionante.
Os Gracies são meio assim, os caras não são fortes, mas são técnicos, né?
Muito, cara. Marcel, vou fazer a última pergunta em inglês aqui. Old school or new school?
Uh, Old school for sure.
Yeah. Better, right?
I've competed a lot in the master division with those guys who like more like new school. They have a lot of strategy to get out of the mat,
Yeah.
to hold you in 50-50. That's BS.
Bullshit. Yeah. I saw one fight of you maybe 1 year ago or 2 years ago. It was the final match. I think it was the state of Rio or something like that. The guy, it was 0-0. It was a very close fight, man. Like 2 or 3 seconds before you go for the deep, and before I was watching, I said he's gonna swear, and then like 2 seconds you finish on top of the guy for 2 points, and that's it, my friend.
That was the state
Yeah, there was
competition.
this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was losing the last 20 seconds,
Yeah.
and I could. And that happened to me here in Naga. I
Uh-huh.
fought in. You see why I feel myself better with no gi. I fought a guy with no gi first, and then I beat him by 15 points
Mm-hmm.
in 5 minutes. And then we had a rematch with me. He was beating me by 2 points
Yeah.
until the last 20 seconds. And I swept him and took his back. See,
From the deep half
that's
guard,
why
right? From the deep half
that was,
guard.
yeah, was a deep half. Yeah.
Yeah,
Deep half.
this position is awesome, man. It's
It's
awesome. I
good.
have been
It's good.
trying to use this a lot, man. But the problem is that after the train, the face is all scratched.
You got to learn how to suffer.
Yeah, you have to serve.
And
You
if
have to
people will
learn.
smash you a lot,
Yeah,
people will smash you a lot before you go. Minotauro taught me that.
yeah, they were good on this, right? They were
They were
awesome.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Marcel, vamos
That
terminar
wasn't
aqui,
that
cara.
wasn't my game. That wasn't my game when I was fighting gi and adult divisions.
Oh no! So you started to use
Yeah.
this after? Oh yeah.
Just after I got my neck injury. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because you don't force your neck much.
yes.
Because my game used to be more like triangles and stuff,
Yes.
sweeps and triangles. Then I have to change it.
Marcelzão, valeu, cara. Vamos terminando por aqui. Was a
Valeu,
pleasure.
Marcel Hertz.
Foi
Was a
muito
pleasure to
bom.
see you.
Good to see
Abração
you
aí,
too.
Cazuza.
Galera
Pimentel, não sei
aí,
se Pimentel tá aí ainda.
Pimentel, a gente não consegue ver, mas, cara, deu bastante visualização. A gente vai fazer, o Francis vai fazer um vídeo, vai postar isso nas nossas mídias e depois ele manda para você, que você bota aí nas tuas mídias sociais também, para os teus alunos, o pessoal fica vendo aí, dá bastante visualização.
Tá ótimo. Valeu,
Beleza?
então, Marcelão. Obrigadão aí.
Só faltou o nosso amigo Rogerilson.
Rogério, falei com ele ontem.
Rogerinho agora
Vamos ver
tá
se
papai.
quando passar essa situação aí, ver se a gente se encontra por aí.
Vamos ver
Espero
se...
que essa...
Vamos ver se a gente arma aquele seu seminário aqui com os meus alunos, que a gente tinha combinado. Eu vou até aí também, a gente combina alguma coisa.
Isso. Deixa eu só estar aqui mais sólido na academia, você vem aqui também, com certeza.
Tá bom, Marcelzão. Valeu, boa sorte aí. Um beijo na esposa, no filhão. Vamos com tudo.
Bem.
Valeu.
Você também.
Ossa,
abraço.
Valeu.
Valeu.